Tonight, a view of the U.S. Capitol, where the nation's 47th president will take the oath of office on Monday. Despite the bitter cold, the city is preparing for more than 200,000 inauguration visitors and protesters. CBS's Kris Van Cleave is there for us tonight and has a close-up look at security preparations. Kris.
Well, Jerika, moving things indoors makes it easier to secure the president, but it kicked off a scramble by law enforcement to secure a new plan. That includes the area around the Capital One Arena that'll host about 20,000 people on Monday. One of the big unanswered questions, where will everyone else go? We do know that by ground or by the air, tens of thousands of officers will be watching. Around 750 feet above the nation's capital, the brand new state-of-the-art D.C. police helicopter will be in the sky over the inauguration. Pilot Jeff Hertel.
What are you going to be up looking for?
The different crowd parameters and crowd control and suspicious vehicles maybe outside the perimeter area, larger trucks and stuff, make sure there's people with them.
What does being up here give you that you don't have on the ground?
The ability to see distances, like you can see a car running fast. You can see like a rooftop at night to see if there's a burglar on top or if he has a weapon.
While the swearing in will now happen inside the highly fortified and secured U.S. Capitol, helicopters will be a key tool as the parade moves to the Capital One Arena in the heart of the city. They'll also be watching for crowds, as many of those who would have gone to the National Mall are now expected to gather somewhere around town. Its onboard cameras can read a license plate from 1,000 feet up, sending back live video to the department's real-time crime center.
It gives us the opportunity to really see what's happening across the city, especially in large crowds.
D.C. Police Chief Pamela Smith.
Given some of the things we've seen play out since the start of this year to vehicle-borne attacks, does that change how you prepare for protecting the inauguration?
Anytime there's, I'll say, homegrown domestic terrorism, it always makes us heighten our security efforts.
What's keeping you up at night right now?
The fact that there could be lone wolves that's out there, copycats that are out there.
Even with official events indoors, D.C. police remain on high alert for violent protests outside the secured area, similar to those in 2017, where hundreds were arrested around President Trump's first inauguration. 8 years later, expect more officers patrolling neighborhoods.
We want people to come and protest, but we will not allow any type of violence in our city.
And back here with Kris, obviously you have these bitter cold temperatures and all of those people. What other concerns are police talking to you about tonight?
Well, they're concerned about the cold. They're also concerned about, now you had 200,000 plus people who would have been on the mall, now perhaps looking for places to gather to watch the inauguration and perhaps mixing with some of those protesters. That's a bit of a wild card, but the chief stresses there are no credible threats against the District of Columbia, Jerika.
All right, good to hear. I know they've got a lot of contingency plans. Thank you, Kris.